Well, the sun's going down and it has been a while since we have taken a walk through the garden. So I'm gonna go ahead and update everyone on what's going on here. We have been really busy trying to get the house ready to be listed, and we finally got that completed. So the yard is a bit clear and bare, and we've got a lot of things finishing up in the garden and a couple of new things that I got started. This is the back area of the wild island right here. So our chamomile did, well, one of the seedlings made it, and I've been getting a couple of little flowers from that every day. Our melons have put on a little bit of growth, but not a whole lot. And honestly, I haven't really been here to tend to them like I would be if I didn't have a whole lot of other things going on. So they're growing. I don't know if they will produce fruit, but there's probably not too much I can do about that this year. Our loofah is taken off in the back corner. It's really just now starting to flower. So at the top of that trellis, there's a flower. I don't see too many others just yet. Our yellow and orange cosmos are finishing up. Been saving some seeds from those. Our strawberry plants are putting off new strawberry plants, so we'll be saving those. And the French vanilla marigolds made a comeback now that the Japanese beetles are gone. So that looks so much better than it did a couple weeks ago. And we've even got a couple of blooms. Our butternut squash is finishing up, and we've got a couple of echinacea plants in the back just starting out. Most of my sunflowers have had their big blooms, so I've come in and cut off the big blooms across the top and let some of the side blooms form. So I'll leave those for now and enjoy them while we can. This grapefruit plant made a really great comeback. I'm so excited that it didn't die. So now I've got two grapefruit for now. That's the Ray Ruby grapefruit I wasn't sure about. All right, real quickly over here, this is where we had our corn. This organic sweet corn, it really didn't produce well. I'm not sure if it was the early planting and the early tasseling that led to the poor pollination, but sometimes that's just the way it is. So last year we tried glass gem corn. This year we tried the sweet corn. We definitely had more success with glass gem last year than the sweet corn this year. And I'm thinking I want to try popcorn next, but that will probably have to wait until we're out at the property. So I've cleared out pretty much the first succession of corn right in here. And the big green leaves that you see, those are sweet potato vines. So this box had corn and sweet potatoes in it. So I haven't dug for any potatoes yet. They're still growing in here. And I also came in and planted a couple of melons that have germinated well. I think there's another right there. And one more in this back corner. And at this point, I'm kind of feeling like I'm making plans for the property in my mind. So my heart isn't really set on this space anymore. I've continued to plant just for the sake of planting and, you know, seeing what happens. But I feel like the vast majority of my attention is elsewhere right now. I still have a couple of onions in the ground. Those are ready to be picked, but we've got inside all nice and tidy for our showing, so I may just end up giving those away. Sullivan is really, really enjoying these Mexico midget cherry tomatoes, and these aren't ripe yet, but when he comes out here, he goes for The red ones, the orange ones, the green ones, doesn't matter to him. He definitely loves tomatoes. Our zinnias have gotten some size on them. Those have been blooming, but I cut them back to take in the house. Then as you can see, these are the sunflowers that are finishing up. They're leaning after we had the tropical storm come through last week. Our lemongrass, this is leaning because I harvested quite a bit of offshoots to start drying. The next bed had the sunflowers and cucumbers. I did end up getting one cucumber. This cucumber plant back here looks really nice, but this one over here is coming down with something. And it's trying to produce cucumbers, but it's just not happening. It's really hot now, it's really humid. Oops. It's really hot, it's really humid, and this plant is just sickly at this point. But what I did do is with the black and painted pony beans that I shelled, I took the ones that looked like they started to open up and germinate in the pod, and I planted them in this bed, and so that's what you see coming up here. These are more bean plants. And I also came through, I just remembered, and I started some okra in this bed with some older seeds that I had. So these bean plants are from seeds that I didn't think would do well saving. Wasn't sure if I would get anything if I stuck them in the ground, but I went ahead and did it anyways. And we've got several black bean and painted pony bean plants coming up. So we may get a second round of beans for another little meal or for seed saving. And I'm still waiting to see some of the okra come up. Oh, actually, here's one. So this is a weed, but that's a little okra plant right there. Here's one that doesn't look so well, but it may outgrow that damage. And I don't see any more right now, so we'll just keep it posted. Oh, there's a little cucumber that didn't get fully pollinated, so that'll be wonky looking. Okay, the next bed is the pepper bed. These peppers are looking a little yellow, the foliage is, and I think that's just because this is the box that had all of the really, really tall sunflowers in it. So I cut those down, set the heads aside for drying, and now that these pepper plants don't have to compete as much, some of the new foliage coming in is a bit darker than the older foliage. So this is looking a little bit better. So these peppers should really start to take off now that the sunflowers are out of this box. I have harvested a couple of cayenne. We've got some more coming in. Banana pepper, I haven't gotten any bell peppers yet, but maybe that one will hang on. And here's the start of jalapeno pepper. So hoping to maybe get a couple more cucumbers from this other plant. There's some little ones on there, and hoping that the pepper harvest will pick up here soon. This last box was the box that had our beans in it, and these are right here, Cosmos. They're kind of going crazy, and these bean plants are finishing up. There's sweet potato in this bed also, and so what I'm doing is just coming in here every couple days, grabbing some of these dry beans. That's not done yet, but grabbing some of these dry beans and setting them aside as seeds. I've also got lemon balm in here, so I'm saving that for teas, and that's about it along this row right here. It's really not as full as I would like for it to be, but I'm not going to be here much longer. So I have no idea if this stuff will end up getting pulled out completely or if it will stay. We just kind of have to wait and see what happens. But I just wanted to share with you guys what the garden looks like for us right now during this time of transition. And yeah, that's about it. That's just what it is right now. So we will continue to harvest what we can as far as peppers and eventually the potatoes go, and we will see what ends up becoming of this garden if the buyers decide to keep it or want it gone. And I don't know, we may have absolutely nothing to do with that process, but we will keep you guys posted and see you soon. Bye.